Well, I just lost all my footage from making the nut. I started to download it in the program, from the program to a file. Well, it is required that you keep the SD card in the computer until that is complete. So, you know, I'm all about getting the card ready for the next recording, and so as I'm attempting to do that, and I'm deleting the SD card, and so I take it out of the computer, I put it in my phone, and I do the formatting with my I take the SD card out of the computer and put it in my camera, and then I perform the formatting using the camera. Of course, now the computer has nowhere to draw the files to save them in a file, and so it's all gone. I can at least show you the results. Okay, it is a loose fit. We'll get this up here kind of pretty much even, and if I turn this 3.5 turns, there's 3.5. I got 1 inch. So for every, there's a half, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. So there's 2 inches, and it's on and on and on. Multi-start threads are used where speed trumps holding or strength. I had all kinds of problems with this. Let's go over here to the machine, and I can probably show you a little easier. So I have everything all set up here on the lathe. You know, the nuts in here, there's my tool. So my first pass, crash. Okay, my tool post, well, no, my tool post didn't do anything. My compound, the carriage, crashed into the chuck. So I loosen up my tool post, I move it in a little bit, I now have clearance, and I'm okay. So I'm starting again. So I make my first pass, and you can hear it cutting, and it's great. So there's basically 4 passes for every one, because you're cutting 4 threads to equal 1 pass. So every pass I would take, it seemed that I was having to adjust my tool back. But every pass I took, the tool post was moving because I didn't adequately tighten this thing back down after I loosened it to make way so it wouldn't crash into the chuck. So it took me way too long to figure that out. And but then I finally did. So then I had it to where I could force it. You know, I mean, it was a spring pass away from being done. And I mean, I could get it all the way through if I cranked on it, but I wanted a loose fit so it would be easy to demonstrate. So I probably did 1 spring pass too many. I did about 3 spring passes. I should have tested it after each spring pass. Although I'm still semi-satisfied with what I got. It works. I'll probably do another one just so we can document making it. And another problem I had is I started smelling something. Now, I like to hang my air wrench up here. Okay, now you can see this black here. That's just oil. So this is the lead screw. There's the oiler for that. I need to get some felt in there. And then this one here goes down and feeds this, and this is what drives your apron. Well, this baby was red hot. You couldn't hold your hand on there for more than a second. The second was too long. So I think what I need to do is there's an adjustment screw here. So you loosen this up a little bit here and here, and you can crank this in and push this out a little bit. Or you can do as they did originally. They've had a shim in there. So I'm going to shim this out. I'm going to investigate why this was always running hot. So I have a feeling that this line from here, I have a feeling that there's a blockage in there of some kind, maybe. It doesn't seem very likely, but this was getting warm way before, you know, I had any issues with the lead screw getting warm also. And I hope I haven't taken it to the point where I need to put bushings in here. But another reason I need to rip this thing apart again, take this thing apart again. And number two is my cross slide could use a little more friction. It can make light passes. The heavier passes it can't handle. And maybe that's all it's supposed to do. So I guess that's it. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna more than likely make another one of these. And what I'm gonna do with this nut is I'm gonna put this one in there. Oops. And I'm gonna turn my left-handed threads inside here on top of these right-handed threads. So I'll have a nut that will work both left-handed and right-handed. Then after I make the other right-handed nut for this, I can essentially say I'm done with it, maybe, and I will go ahead and turn left-handed threads over top of these right-handed threads. So I end up with a nut that'll thread either direction. I think if you do it right, you can just wiggle and just boom, 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 just drop it on. Just thread it all the way down just by doing that. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and the nut just moves on down. So that's what we got. I love the idea of these things traveling so quickly. The first time it was described to me, the guy was trying to think of an example that, you know, I might have seen, but he talked about big Navy ships and their guns and their breeches, and how that they had a hand wheel to close that breech. They would shove a charge into, shove a shell in there, shove in a charge, and they would turn that handle like 3 times, and that breech would travel 12 inches and hold firm. What I tell people is all your Pepsi bottle, Coke bottles, all these bottles, these are all multi-start, these are all 2-start threads, all these caps and all these soft drink bottles. I guess you might not know the difference, but that's what makes those close so quickly. Okay. I will get you a nut threading video here pretty soon. And I also am planning a video kind of revisiting kind of a history, my history with the mini lathe. And just basically showing, you know, all the things I made with the mini lathe, from never operating a machine before to like a year, 2 years later, becoming quite proficient. So I think that'll be some good content. Okay, tell a buddy, bring a friend. I appreciate these new subscribers, and I'm going to follow up and try to keep up with introducing a new YouTuber. You know, maybe not every video, but today I'm going to talk about Mustel, and let me find the history here. So I can at least get the spelling for you. Mortske repair. M-O-R-T, Mortske, S-K-E, Mortske repair. And it's kind of, you know, go out and find a vehicle that's been sitting for the field for 30 years and getting it started. And, yeah, man, I know some people don't like those. But just be glad I'm not giving you Let's Dig 18, because he just operates a track hoe. And he's got the camera over his shoulder, and he just, you know, he has hour videos where he's just moving dirt around. And to me, it's fascinating, building ponds. And so, Mortske repair, yeah. Check him out, give him a sub. Also, my friend Craig Tate, of the same channel name, he got a nice shout out from a prominent YouTuber, and saying that this guy, you know, he's got 600 subscribers, he should have 6,000, he should have 60,000. The stuff he's doing is amazing. Very creative, thinking on his feet. Really comes up with some great ideas. It's Craig Tate, of the same channel name, Craig Tate. And I agree with that YouTuber. Craig Tate should be way up there in subs, because his stuff's far too interesting not to be noticed. Okay, guys, that's all I got. Let's see if I can actually upload this one.